Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I have a little project for you. I made this card recently which I cased from the Stampin' Up catalogue. This is the new 2018 Spring and Summer catalogue just come out, so if you'd like a copy and you're interested in all the offers for celebration, let me know and I'll pop one in the post for you. So this is the catalogue, and on page 27 is this stamp set called Hold On to Hope, perfect for Easter or Easter celebrations. And I was looking through it for a bit of inspiration, and I noticed this little card here which I thought was really pretty and adorable and perfect. And I loved all this stitching on it, so I thought I would give it a go and try to recreate it myself, as there was no measurements for me to go by. So I came up with this, and I've used the beautiful Bermuda Bay cardstock. Love Bermuda Bay, it's my favourite of all the cardstocks. And I've used lemon lime twist with it. If we look closely, you can see that I've done a bit of white embossing and then I've watercoloured it. This is watercolour paper. I've done white embossing underneath there and watercoloured it with lemon lime twist and Bermuda Bay, and then let that dry, and then I've applied a piece of vellum, and then I got out my sewing machine because I do love a bit of sewing now and again, and I stitched it round with a bit of a border, and I just felt that that looked really pretty. I love this set. It's absolutely beautiful, as you can see. It comes with matching framelit dies. So this is the stamp set, Hold On to Hope. Lots of gorgeous sentiments and really pretty, beautiful. And you can get these Cross of Hope framelit dies that coordinate with it, and if you buy it as a bundle you save 10%. Happy days. And you can see that I have used these two framelits here to create this. So I've used a bit of silver, the silver foiled cardstock, and cut that out using that, and put a bit of ribbon round, and stamped a little butterfly, or butterfly. Sounded a bit common there, didn't it? That's the little butterfly, and that cuts out with the little framelit die there. And I just thought that that was a beautiful card. And then I finished the inside off, because I do love the insides of cards to be finished properly. And that is beautiful. Love that little border stamp, which is just there. Love that. I think that's really makes a lovely finish to it. So that is the card, but I'm not showing you how I made the card today, and you might think, well, why? Because I'm showing you how to do this, and this is a little keepsake which I've created because I thought, like it, lovely little thing that you can give as a gift for Easter or any time, just to support someone that you love. And that is what we're going to make today, is this little keepsake. But if you want to know how I made this card, it'll be on my blog in 3 days time. So Friday the 2nd of February this will be going out. So if you want to subscribe to Arty Paper Crafters, go into that little down narrow box description bar just here, click down there, and that will take you to a link that links to my blog. And you can subscribe to my website there, and then you'll get everything popping into your inbox when I post. So let's get on and make this lovely little keepsake. Put that to one side. And it's just a very quick, easy little thing to do, but I really think it's absolutely beautiful. Adorable, beautiful. So let's crack on and get on with it. Right then, to start with, and what haven't I prepped up? My measurements. So let me just find my measurements. Right, found my measurements. So this is a piece of cardstock. It measures 5.5 by 3.5, and it is scored on the long side at 2 3/4. We then fold that in half and burnish that with our bone folder. So that's that piece. All measurements, including centimetres, will be on my blog, so there's no need to write anything down, and don't worry about it. Right, we have a piece of coloured card, and this is Bermuda Bay, because that looks gorgeous on there, with the soft sky. So the Bermuda Bay measures 3 1/8 by 2 3/8. The whisper white that is layered onto it, ooh, wrong piece. The whisper white that layers onto it measures 3 by 2 1/4, and the piece for the inside is whisper white and measures 2.5 by 3 1/4. Excuse me, I'll have to get a drink of water. I've had this chest infection for a while now, and it's still going on, and it's driving me mad now. So let's put this together and do our stamping. So stamping on here and on here. So let me open up my stamping scrub, get my stamp set. So we need to prep up on our blocks, and this is a D block, and we are prepping up our cross like that, and then prepping up our words, and that is the wrong one, Sandra, because we need this one, and that's not a big enough block. So I'm going to use this block. It looks a bit overkill, but that's what we're going to use. Right, and then we're going to need this little border stamp, so let's pop that on there. Right. Let's start with the inside. So this bigger piece is for the inside, and we need Soft Sky and Bermuda Bay. So let's open up our Soft Sky. And I prep that in here, and then I stamp off and then stamp on. Like that. And then with the words for the middle, we need the Bermuda Bay. Do you know what? I think I'm going to transfer that to the smaller block, to the D block. I think that'll be better on there. It just seems a bit ungainly, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm just checking that I've put that on straight. There's nothing worse than it not being on straight. Right, into the Bermuda Bay, and then that goes over the top of the cross that we've just stamped, like that. So that can go to one side. And then now for the front part. So for the front part, we are going in with the Bermuda Bay, because I want this border to stand out more. And what you do is you go over to the corner, and I'm sorry if I'm going to get my head in the camera, but you really do need to see what you're doing for this. And just put that border near the outside edge. That doesn't, not looking so good, is it? And, that is rubbish, Sandra, rubbish. Right, 2 sides to our cardstock. So we're going to use this side. Oh, I seem to have I think I need a new blade in my... No, I'm not happy with that piece of cardstock. Right, that's it. We're going to get the cutting board, and I'm going to cut another piece. Let's just hope this piece is going to be big enough. So what did I say we measured for the inside? That is 2.5 by 3 1/4. Oh, that's not big enough. I was going to say talk amongst yourselves, but obviously you can't. Right, let's get on. Let's go 2.5 by 3 1/4. That's it. I really must change the blade. Right then, let's start again and see if we can make a better job of it. And do you know what? I've just realised that I'm on the front now, so it's a smaller piece of cardstock. I will get this right in a minute. Trust me, I will. Right, 3 by 2 1/4. Right, let's get going. Right now, excuse me if I'm putting my head in the camera, but I've got to make sure that I do this properly this time. So we're going in and we are stamping our 4 corners. Like this. Like that. And then I've got this little flower here prepped on the block. So let's do that on the block. And then for that I've stamped off. So let's put that on there and push that on there. So that flower. So that's the stamping done now. Right then. So now we're going to layer them all up. So let's put this on the inside of our card. That's good. And layer this. center. And now I've used the silver thread, some of the silver thread, and what we're going to do, we want it about here, whoops, a bit of silver thread, and we're going to wind it round. So get the end of your thread. Can you see what I'm doing? Just move my light. Right, get the end of it and push it into the, and what we're going to do, we're going to wind it round a few times. I've done this at an angle, and I think that that's enough. Wind it round like that. Perhaps again would be good. Fasten it off at the back, then trim with your scissors. Like that. Right, I'm just going to secure this back down because this stuff has a habit of just unrolling. And then we're going to secure that down onto our little keepsake and adhere that to front. Make sure you've got the words up the right way. Like that. And then I've cut out my two framelit dies using those two that I said. Well, that one actually, that one and that one, and that cuts out beautifully using the what's it called? The precision base plate, the precision base plate on your Big Shot. That will cut that out beautifully with all that lovely detail. So now we're going to layer the two together. Now to do that, I am going to get my, I can't think of the name of this now, my mat. All the details will be on my blog anyway. So we're going to put a bit of glue on here, and I've put a bit of sponge on a clip so that we can layer it up. This is the best way to layer up, I found, on this foiled paper, because it's see-through. You haven't got many contact points, and that is the best way without getting loads of glue on the front, which spoils the look. So that's a little tip for you, and that's stuck that down beautifully like that. And this just wet wipes will clean that off beautifully, and then you can reuse this again. Forgotten what it's called, but all the details will be on my website, artypapercrafters.com. And then we need to use some of these foam adhesive strips, because these are perfect, because obviously that's see-through, that little lacy detail. So these are the perfect width to go down here without being seen through to the front. And then I've cut a couple of little strips for the part that crosses over. So a piece there and a piece here. And stick that on there. So that's those. And all these products are Stampin' Up products, and should you be interested in purchasing any, you can purchase from my online shop, my online Stampin' Up shop, on my website. And I would be delighted to be your demonstrator. And you'll receive a little gift in the post from me as a thank you. I love to send out little gifts each month. So I've centered that right across that flower. Like that. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Right then. And all we need now to finish it off are some rhinestones. So I've put a medium one across there, and then some smaller ones in the four corners. Now I did contemplate putting some ribbon on this, but I just didn't think it looked right with it. It just didn't seem to need it. So they are my little keepsakes, and of course details of my card that I also made will be on my blog in a couple of days' time, should you wish to view that. You can go over to artypapercrafters.com. So that's all from me for a couple more days, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.